Welcome, boys, and in today's video, we are going to be going through a very interesting topic, right? It's one that I have not done on this channel yet, but I think it's a very important topic that most guys may find themselves in, right? So it's very important. Should you put your hands on a woman if she hits you first, right? And what you should do. That's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So let's jump right in.
Hypothetically, if a woman that was small hit you, do you think you should hit her back even though you weren't hurt?
I absolutely think I should have the right to hit that lady back. No,
Even if
no,
you weren't hurt?
absolutely. It
Why?
cannot be the case that some 5'3" woman gets to run around and hit every 6-foot man. Like, what world are you living in? Because you can't hurt. Wait. Just because a woman is 5'3" and can't hurt a man over 6 foot means that she just gets to walk around and hit every single man willy-nilly?
No.
Well, there you go.
So okay, so are you saying that it's men's duty to
Jesus Christ, who said the word duty? Are you? Come on, Kay. Listen, Kay. I'm starting to see what people are talking about. No one said the word duty but you. Like, you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm asking you. Do you
Well, ask me then, but don't put words in my mouth when you ask me.
I said, do you think that it's a man's duty to put like a smaller woman in her place if she tries to hit him?
No, it's her duty to keep her hands to herself.
Hold on, wait, because I don't want Kay to misunderstand what the lead was saying. Kay, the way you started with the question, you said, "Are you saying that it's a man's duty?"
Right.
Exactly, Rilla.
So that's a different question. That's why he was saying, "Don't put words in my mouth."
Okay, there's a lot of things here that we need to go over, right? So the first thing is she's talking about just because a man is bigger than a woman, maybe, 100 pounds bigger than the woman, it doesn't matter, but men are usually bigger than the women that they're dating, right? And let's say you get into a conflict with the woman that you're dating. Should you put your hands on her if you guys are arguing and she was the one that actually put her hands on you first? Here's the thing. Like the lead attorney said, right? You should have every right to put your hands on that woman, right? But, right, you don't want to put yourself in that situation, right? You don't want to put yourself in that situation. Once you see a woman trying to actually attack you or do, especially here in the West, like in the United States where I am, guys, you don't want to be in a situation where the cops have been called and you and your significant other were going back and forth, and obviously she's going to be smaller than you, right? Maybe you may not have any bruises, but because you're bigger than her, yeah, you know what? All the cops are going to see is that when they get there, they're going to see that she's bruised up and they're going to take you to jail. And obviously, depending on how your woman is, they're probably going to lie about it. So she's going to lie and say that you freaking abused her, did this and that. And you don't want to be in that situation. You definitely don't want to be in that situation. So if you find yourself, I know it's tough. I know it is tough. The first thing you want to do is get your phone and start recording, right? You want to get your phone. You want to start recording the whole situation. Secondly, you want to get out of there, right? If you can go to a friend's house, if you can go to your parents' house, if you can go somewhere else, book a hotel for the night, go someplace else, right? Because here is something I'll tell you. When people are in an emotional state, they do not think about the actions that they are going to actually do, right? They're erratic. They're not really thinking. And you as a man have to protect yourself at all times. You just have to. You cannot be in a situation where everything you've worked for is going to be put in jeopardy, right? Like I said, let's say a woman hits you and you hit her back, and you leave a bruise on her. When the cops come, they're going to take you, right? They're not even going to ask questions. They're just going to come in, take you. And God forbid you're a black guy. They're going to take you like instantly. Instantly. There is no argument, right? So let's continue watching.
Thank you, Rilla.
That's a different way of asking. So
Oh, and something else. Like, you have to watch out when the way she's asking questions, she's being very manipulative. Right? So you have to be careful when you're dealing with a woman that is manipulative. Now, I have to be careful here. I'm not saying all women are manipulative, but you have to be really careful about when you're dealing with a woman that is manipulative. You have to understand that. Look, if you are dealing with a woman that's manipulative, right? You have to cut that woman out of your life, because I am telling you, she is going to hurt you in the long run. You don't want to deal with women that are manipulative, right? You want to deal with women that are straightforward and will not try to manipulate you and put you in a bad position. A woman hitting you, a woman trying to manipulate you and say that it's your fault when obviously it's her fault, you don't want to be with a woman like this.
Like, really and I are actually listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth, even if you're not listening to them. Like I get very offended when people put words in my mouth because choose my words. I choose my words precisely.
I feel you. I wasn't trying to put words in your mouth. I was saying, do you what do you think about that?
A man should have the duty to make sure that he is protected at all times, and should allow no one to just walk around willy-nilly hitting him, whether or not he feels subjectively or objectively that person can or cannot hurt him.
Hey, Lead, I have a question. I have a question. So let's just take the dynamics of you and Kay. And Kay's 5'3", you're 6'3", a whole foot.
Now, you see what they're trying to do here? They're trying to put this Lead into a position where it's like they're trying to get him to slip up. And when you're dealing with a manipulative woman, this is what they will try and do to you, right? They will try and make you slip up in such a way that you can't really get out of it, that you are going to fumble, right? Just watch the way she asks him this question. Oh, okay then, because they are saying that the Lead is like, kind of going around the question. He's answering the question, right? But they want to get him on record saying that, oh yeah, I will hit a woman. But because she's being manipulative, she's going to ask in such a way that she wants to actually trap him. But watch how Lead actually answers the question very, very well.
And she hits you. And you're like, well, you hit me, I should be able to hit you back. What about an alternative, and I'm just asking, of a restraint, since you're bigger, and grabbing her out and calling the police and saying she's right now hitting me, come here and arrest her for assault, and having it legally on the books that she hits men.
Yeah.
First of all, well, I'll take your second point first. First of all, no one cares that women hit men. When you say legally on the books that she hits men, no one cares. She's not going to get punished for that. That's not a deterrent at all. Second of all, if I restrain her, if I grab her wrist, it's going to be a mark. So guess what? We're both going to jail.
Oh, you're super strong.
I am protected.
You see, they're not listening. But here's what I'll say, right? to that point. She's saying, okay, can't you just hold her and then call the cops? How? Have you ever tried to I don't know if you've ever tried to restrain like a dog that is aggressive. Now imagine a woman that is 120 pounds, 130 pounds, 140 pounds, right? Depending on how big the woman that you're dating is, right? Imagine a full-grown adult woman struggling, trying to hit you. Now you're trying to hold her with what hand? Oh, you're just gonna hold it like this and call, hey, by the way, yeah, I'm being attacked by a crazy lady. Can you come down here? Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'm actually restraining her. Oh yeah, no. I got it. Take your time. No. Like what kind of idiotic suggestion is that? Right? Give her a bear hug and then call. How are you gonna call the cops? You have to restrain. This is a grown adult woman. This is not a kid. Right? This is a grown adult woman that is trying to hit you, that is trying to attack you. She's going to do anything. She's going to bite you. She's going to kick you. She's going to do a bunch of stuff, right? Again, I'm saying, guys, if you are in a relationship and it gets to this point, I would say try to leave before it gets to that point, right? If you guys are arguing all the time, before it gets to a physical altercation, because it can get complicated. You can really end up in a really complicated situation where if you make the wrong moves, you can end up in jail for a very long time, especially here in the West, right? So you don't want to put yourself in situations like this. I'm not saying that, sometimes it happens, honestly. It's not like people put themselves in this sort of situations, but sometimes it happens, right? You're arguing with your chick, she gets heated, starts hitting you for some reason. Hey, it is what it is. But look, men, you have to protect yourself at all times. You just have to, right? Things are crazy out here. Okay.
Protecting myself, restraining her, doing what you say I should do, and then when the cops show up and see my fingerprints on her wrist, we're both going.
But
And
it's
that's the
flip
best
side.
case scenario. Because
So
what
then
you
what
could,
should you do?
But hold on, Kay. Let me finish. Go ahead, Lee.
saying is your solution is the best case scenario. What
Okay.
happens a lot of times is I could restrain her, the cops show up, they see bruises on her wrist, but they don't see any bruises on me. So now she's free and I'm going to jail.
Right.
And these same cops have probably been raised, especially down here in Georgia, under
Yeah.
the assumption that men don't hit women regardless.
Yeah.
That's why it's all messed up on all different levels.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're restraining, you're talking about holding the wrist. Restraining could be a bear hug and telling her, you know what I'm saying?
Are
But
you serious?
Why you guys breaking down?
y'all gotta let me finish.
The
Y'all
beer hug
not
thing
let me
threw me off.
not let me talk. That was just
But the
an
man is gonna
idea.
protect. They're gonna protect themselves. If the woman out of control, they're gonna
But
protect
I
themselves.
have not-
End of story.
Okay, please stop and let me talk.
All right, talk to me about the bear hug.
Okay, so I'm not even. That's just an
No,
idea.
no, no.
Maybe-
Listen, you got mad because I cut you off at the bear hug. So fine, finish your point about the bear hug. I'm sorry I cut you off at the bear hug.
I'm trying to finish a sentence. So even with that, but if you hit her, being that you're a foot taller, you don't think that's going to be an imprint more than trying to constrain her, than fight her? And if she doesn't get anything on her, well, no, you don't get anything on her because she's not strong enough to do any kind of bruise on you, but you're able to bruise her when you fight her, and the police come, who getting arrested? The police, when they come, they're looking at who is more messed up.
There's no
They
telling.
do.
Courtney
When the police come,
No telling
police
what's
come.
No. Yeah.
When the police come,
situational.
no, it's not. When the police come, they examine the woman, they examine the man, and they see who is more battered.
Okay, what's your point that you're trying to
I
make?
think my point is you, when Lee said, well, I'll get arrested because of me restraining her and holding her hands. My thing is, you're going to get more arrested if you're fighting her and she has a black eye.
Courtney, there's no such thing as more arrested. That's like being more pregnant. You can't be more
Okay,
pregnant.
it's
Either
not
you're pregnant or you're
necessarily-
not. Courtney, come
Okay.
on. You're
Okay,
taking these long soliloquies. You don't want people to cut
I'm
you
not.
off.
I'm
Even
giving
Jay-
legit
even JR,
scenario.
I don't understand what you're saying. No one said you're saying more arrested.
Courtney,
That
are you
doesn't make any sense.
I'm giving.
are you
There's no
saying
such thing as more arrested
Okay,
for
well,
men.
excuse that I said that, lead attorney. Okay, that was a misspoke. Okay, so
But you're the
excuse
one
me for
saying
saying
that
that.
words
I
matter.
said what? Okay, and I'm saying excuse me for saying that.
Well, that's why I
What,
cut you off.
okay, well, let me explain what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that we're talking about now arrest and who's going to get it, fingerprints or restraining her
It's not
and calling the
investigation, right?
police and calling the police will have, I think, more of an effect than you fighting her and you're bigger than her and making more bruises on her. And when the police come, they're going to look at you and her and see who's more battered.
Well, no, this
And
reminds
they're
me
going
of.
to arrest the person.
Okay, she's just honestly just queefing, right? She just blah, 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 just queef. Here's the thing, guys. I will tell you this. First of all, you don't want to be in a situation where a woman is hitting you, right? Try to avoid it as much as possible. You know what? But life happens, right? Sometimes you can't avoid it. It happened. You got into an argument with your girl. Boom. You guys are here. She's hitting you, right? Here's the thing. You have options. Record. Don't put your hands on that woman and then leave. Leave. Take your wallet, take your keys, and just leave. Right? Leave. Because let her calm down. Because I'm telling you, if you try to restrain her or try to explain, it could get worse. You could actually end up doing something else. Right? And when the cops come, they're not gonna care that there's this woman, this little, oh, she was hitting me, but she's the one messed up, and you don't have any bruises on you, right? You were defending yourself, but she has all the bruises and you don't, even though she was the one hitting you first, right? But here's the thing, guys: you don't want to put your hands on a woman, right? You just don't want to, because it will not, for the most part, it will not end up right for you. You just want to record as you're grabbing your stuff, record her being erratic, and then just walk out the door and leave. Leave that woman, right? If she's willing to put you in that situation, the relationship is over. It is done, right? Come back in a day or two and collect your stuff, and it's done. It doesn't matter how much she begs, cries, pleads. It doesn't matter. It is done, right? Because you don't want to be in that situation. Trust me, guys. Protect yourself at all times. Your life is important to those that love you and care for you. Okay, guys, that is the video for today. If you haven't already, guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, with that one, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.